It's Mac the Guru. This is my review for Power Book 3, Episode 2, Raising Kane. And if this your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Click that like button and check out the other content. It is a lot we gotta get into from this episode. But the first thing gotta be how it ended, dog. Like, Rod just made a crucial mistake, in my opinion, man. Like, dog, you gonna believe Howard? Why? Why would you believe Howard? Like, under no circumstances would I just took his word, of all people. And you see how much that hurt Uncle Marvin. You see how much that hurt Uncle Lulu. Uncle Lulu couldn't even watch. He turned before it even, like, man, this wild. And they was sick the whole ride up. I thought Scrappy was gonna recognize, but he's so comfortable. This how you know he probably wasn't snitching. He too comfortable. He just know ain't nothing about to happen. And then when they got in that building, Rod did what you supposed to do if you know the person snitching 100%. Like, you don't supposed to have no conversation once, you didn't set all this up and you in the building to knock somebody off. Yeah, you don't supposed to have no conversation then. But she should have been had the conversation with Scrap. Like, somebody should have just, gave him a couple more hints that they think he might be snitching. Now, he definitely lied about going to his people's house and hanging up paints, or he might have been doing it in Uncle Marvin went to the wrong house or whatever, or he could have been off doing something else and he didn't want them to know about that. It could have been something else, like maybe he just was busy doing something else and he didn't want them to know about. But because Uncle Marvin checked his whereabouts and he wasn't 100%, and that's what he said. When it was Ra, Uncle Marvin, and Lulu sitting at that restaurant that they always go to, Marvin said, yo, I don't know. I'm a little shaky. I can't be 100%. And Ra just jumped the gun on it. I like that Lulu was like, yo, I ain't gonna hit him. That if that's your man and you not 100%, then yeah, you can't do him dirty. I can't believe Rod did that. Off the word of Howard. First off, she just tried to knock him off. Like, why would you think he is trying to help you in any way? Then he talking crazy to her. Not crazy to her. He actually telling her, yo, I want to meet my son. That ain't crazy talk. But in her mind, she looking at it like he talking crazy to her. Rob was bugging this episode. Not just with the killing of Scrap, but then also with Kanan. Then she slipping with Unique BM. She was slipping and bugging this episode. I swear to God. Like, she tells Kanan, yo, this cop might approach you. He lying. Like that whole conversation with Kanan, sketchy. Like, even as her son, if my mom was telling me that, like, don't trust him, he a little sketchy, but not telling me exactly what it is, I would lead the conversation thinking, man, this conversation was sketchy. And I'm sure, based off the preview, and I will do a preview for next episode, Kane ain't gonna be like, oh, my mama is on one when he figure out that Buddy his daddy. Like, ain't no way Rod's supposed to be moving like how she moving. And she about to get robbed. But she wasn't the only character going through it this episode. Bruh. Unique. Down bad. He gonna come up because I'm sure he gonna put two and two together. With one, he got a little info from Dean, which I don't know if he knew about the Colombians and them working with Ra. But then he getting info from his BM too about where the stash at. So I'm sure he should be able to put two and two together. But he was down bad this episode, man. And I like how they portrayed him this episode in certain scenes because, man, that's exactly how it be, dog. When you up, you up. You see his baby mama talking to him crazy. And he like, yo, I was just paying the bills, providing for da-da-da. Now she talking like, yo, get this bum off the couch. But that's how it go. That's exactly how it go. And then, of course, with Dean telling him, yo, dog, you hot. Now, he was extra aggressive for no reason. Like, dog, you ain't got to flip the table and all that. Like, I'm going to talk about some of the stuff in just the scenes and how they pace the show and how they at the end, man. Because some of it, I'm like, God, why they make them so aggressive? Like, they write Unique like he just aggressive young hustler with no brain, no thought about cops, and even though he just got arrested. Like, why you all in there flipping tables and stuff? Like, it's serious, but keep you cool, young man. Like, what you doing? But guess what? He wasn't the only character going through it. Man, Famous is going through it. Buddy done got kicked out the house for messing with some skeezer. Mama done kicked him out the house. Jessica done left. Like, Buddy down bad. He better get on his game, or he could be going down a scary path. Because with you being kicked out the house, with you not really focusing on your music like you supposed to, just getting high, bruh, he one step from being on that train that he was talking about. For real. Now, I know they probably gonna start hustling and that's gonna help, but hey, he gonna have to do that because he ain't been rapping. And he's slipping and got kicked out his house. Like, come on, buddy. What are you doing? Now, let's get to my two favorite characters. We already know about Uncle Marvin, what he was doing. He basically was trying to figure out what's going on with Scrap. And then he was having them god-awful scenes with the anger management stuff, But Uncle Marvin, one of my favorite characters. With them scenes, I'm like, oh, God. And then we had Uncle Lulu. Now, salute to Uncle Lulu this episode. They're my two favorite characters, I can't lie. But, besides Kanan, of course. But, salute to Uncle Lulu, man, because he kept it a G with Jessica. That's how you supposed to do it. See, a lot of y'all would have been crying for her. No, don't leave. Don't leave. Nah. Lulu kept it a G. That's how you put, all right, go. She already sleeping with Crown. Then she come telling him Crown and got her a job. He like, Crown got you a job. Like, oh, y'all talking like in my head, because of course he don't know about them sleeping together. But in my head, I would have put 2 and 2 right there. Like, hold on. Y'all close like that why he getting jobs for you and yeah, all right. And you leave tomorrow. Oh, all right. Yeah, go. And he kept it a G. That's how you supposed to do it. Because if a girl doing something like that, like traveling or leaving, and you don't find out till the day before, man, she ain't the one for you. Like, no. Do not be crying for her because she leaving and she didn't tell you. Now, besides Jukebox trying to figure out her situation with her mama, and then also with the Howard and Roth thing, they showed you a little nuance about their relationship at the beginning when they talked about the cigarettes and him having a smoke for the first time. They just letting you know how far they go back. That was pretty much the show. My review for the show, my thoughts. But it's something else that I gotta touch on before I get out of here, man. And y'all know I support the show, obviously, right? And I think the show dope. It's characters that I love on the show and all that. But dog, they gotta tighten up, man. This is just the critic in me, man. I support the show. But yo, two things, man. Some of these scenes is just off. It's how they writing the characters. I'm telling you, I do not think the actors can't act. I know they can act. Because I see in certain scenes them acting pretty good. But it's like they writing them super aggressive all the time. And it's like, y'all got them a little too aggressive all the time. But then, that ain't even the half. The real thing that I see is they have great pacing certain episodes. But then, man, they pace this episode super fast. And y'all might not notice, but I noticed. Bruh, they fit 1,000 scenes into this episode. It's literally going, all right, talk for 10 seconds, bam. Go to somewhere else, talk for 10 seconds, bam. Go to somewhere. I'm like, yo, why are they pacing it like that? Like, give it a sec. Let it breathe a little bit. Let a scene breathe a little bit. Let somebody breathe in the scene a little bit. Like, yo, the pacing on this joint was super fast, man. You know, and I know some people like it like that, but just being honest, man, the shows that be winning the award, because I watch different stuff. The shows that be winning the awards, they pacing be different, man. And power pacing be good for some episodes, it do. But then it's other episodes where I watch and I go, God, why they moving so fast, you know? So that was just something I noticed in this episode, man. But you know I support the show. And all in all, dope scenes, dope episode. Pretty much touched on everything. I do want to see Zaza and Lulu keep working, or Ziza and I messed her name up. Ziza and Lulu to keep working and stuff, and I know he want her, so she gonna replace Jessica basically, and she gonna end up being this chick. You know, I am noticing that they brought in the new dude, Fareed. Seemed like he gonna be cool to work with. I could see Crown getting knocked off pretty soon. But yeah, man, that's all stuff to come. It's Mac the Guru. If you're still here, make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other content. Check out the preview that I'm gonna do for the next episode of Power 2, man. And as always, y'all be easy, be safe, peace.